A few years ago, an AI video of Will Smith eating spaghetti made the entire internet laugh. His face melted, his jaw flopped around like a broken sock puppet, and the pasta looked like it had been rendered in Microsoft Paint by a drunk robot. And everyone laughed because this video was ridiculous. It was really bad. It looked like it was entirely pixelated, the physics weren't right, everything was morphed, it was just horrible. And now we have this, and what you are about to see and hear are entirely generated AI videos that come from a very simple prompt from Google's new VEO product.
Okay, so Riz is basically short for charisma.
Got it.
And that's a verb as well.
The microfilm is in your ticket.
They're watching the north exit. Use the service tunnel.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
It's a girl!
Oh my god.
Yes!
Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe! Woo!
So this is an AI video about nothing?
It's about nothing. Who would watch a video about nothing?
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
We can sing talk.
So now what you just saw were 720p and 1080p videos, entirely cinematic, in high definition, photorealistic, and also with sound that syncs to the video. You're also seeing eyes that are blinking, faces that are emoting, landscapes that feel atmospheric. All of a sudden, we aren't laughing about generative AI video anymore. And what you just saw might be the beginning of the end of an entire sector of the economy, but also the internet. You know, in 2012, there was a Canadian named Geoffrey Hinton, and he had a little computing model called AlexNet that suddenly made computers better at identifying cats than, well, let's just say your grandmother or your grandpa who has really bad eyesight. And from there, things got a little bit better. In 2014, generative adversarial networks, GANs, were born. And these were two AIs, one that draws fake pictures and the other plays the art critic of those fake pictures. Over time, they made each other better. In 2018, OpenAI's GPT-2 was released. You could give it a sentence and it'd write a whole paragraph that didn't sound like it was written by a toaster. You could give it a sentence and it would try its best to respond with maybe a paragraph. And yeah, sure, it was pretty generic, but it was a start. And then the floodgates started opening around 2020 to 2022. DALL-E, the program, commercially turned text into images. GPT-3 wrote emails, poems, and was starting to write pretty much every single job application. Stable Diffusion brought open source generative AI image generation to the masses, and well, remember Midjourney? That old program made art so beautiful it accidentally replaced 3 magazine cover designers and 1 French guy with a paintbrush. But video, through all of these years, was seen as a final boss for these companies. Because, well, it's not just generating one image, it's generating about 24 images per second, and they all have to match, the lighting has to make sense and not change every frame, and the physics can't look like a Looney Tunes fever dream unless people really want that in their video. So, a few years ago, a lot of people thought videos were gonna take a while. I mean, again, Will Smith eating spaghetti was less than 1,000 days ago. And sound on these videos? Well, no, that would have happened in 2030, not in 2025. But yet, here we are. Google VEO has just kicked the door wide open. So this model also generates high quality videos. I mean, they're all 1080p, they're cinematic, they can be stylized, they can be coherent videos, they can have camera movement, environmental effects, and obviously sound and music. In fact, there are many videos that I cannot play on here that actually are songs that are created through a text prompt but with video. In fact, just in the last 24 hours, I have seen some 1 to 2 minute short films created with this program. So right now, online, millions of jobs around the world rely on these things: copywriting, design, editing, music, coding, marketing, animation, voice acting, virtual teaching, streaming, podcasting, and of course, content creation. And they were all built on one assumption that we never thought would change: that humans still made the internet. And now that assumption appears to be, well, fairly fragile. You know, after the pandemic, remote work exploded. Online content was booming. Freelancers started buying ring lights and selling $300 Notion templates. YouTubers were becoming millionaires. TikTokers launched every beauty brand. And suddenly a lot of people became niche micro-celebrities within a community. Content marketing alone was a $600 billion industry around the world. And basically, everyone was saying that this was the industry to get into: online content. But then came AI. ChatGPT wrote better than half of the people on Medium. Suno AI and Udio could produce a full album of music in under an hour. Runway ML and Google VEO, along with Sora, started generating ad quality level video from a single sentence. 11 Labs gave you artificial voices where you could use someone else's voice or clone your own, and it's pretty indistinguishable from someone's real voice. So think about all of those jobs that rely on this digital economy. What happens when the machines are just better at building this? Well, it's predicted that by 2030, 80% of video editors will not have a job. Voice actors will probably decrease by up to 90%. Graphic designers are projected to have a 75% dip in their jobs. Content writers, well, they're almost done already. Keep in mind, that has essentially been my job over the past decade. Even things like customer service, translators, and legal assistants are all being eaten live right now. In fact, within 10 years, 85 million jobs will likely be displaced in this economy. In fact, right now, as of today, it's estimated that Chinese AI influencers are outperforming their human counterparts right now in the influencer space. Meta is launching its own line of AI influencers. Virtual pop stars like Atena Lopez or Ima already have millions of fans and brand deals. And things just aren't looking good for the online creator economy. A 2024 study found that 78% of viewers couldn't distinguish between human-made scripts and AI-made scripts in short films. However, most people could still distinguish an AI video from a human-made video, just maybe not the words that they were saying. But now we are at the point where someone like myself, who is a tech person and in the AI space, this was the first time seeing this new product where about 1/3 of the videos that I saw regarding this new Google VEO 3 product, I could not distinguish whether it was real or whether it was AI generated. And so the whole point of this video was to really make you think. If AI becomes better than humans at everything digitally, what happens to the internet? If AI becomes so much better than us at everything online, will the entire internet just be AI? Will the internet no longer be a human thing created by humans for humans? Will it just be almost like a hive mind of artificial intelligence? And to go one step even further, will this new digital economy only be ruled by just a few people instead of it being democratized like it was during the 2000s and the 2010s, where it seemed like almost anyone could start a small online business and end up moving up in their economic ladder? And the last thing is, how do you know that this is not AI generated, this entire video? Is my voice a clone? Could you tell that this was a clone? Could you tell that this was a real voice? Well, luckily this is still my real voice for now. But maybe in a year or two, this will just have a nice little watermark at the bottom right corner that says generated by Google VEO 3 at the bottom. Anyways, if you liked this video, make sure to check out my YouTube Creator Academy in the link down below, and click on my documentaries playlist to see more videos just like this. So click on that, and I'll see you guys in just a few seconds.